How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you're a lot bloody warmer than I am. It's absolutely freezing. I'm down the local day ticket. It's just opened this morning. That's the first day that they're sort of fishable. They're not ice free, but the lakes are fishable. So I've come down, I've got down here. You'll see in a minute, I'm going to show you. There's maybe 50% of the lake that's fishable, 50% is still covered in ice. It's yeah, it's not good. A fish on this one is a tall ass from the off, so I will warn you in advance. But let me spin you around, show you what the situation is. We'll go through what we're doing today, and let's see if we can miracle a fish on the max. If we do get one, yeah, it's going to be bloody lucky. Anyway, let me spin you around, let's get on with it. So before we have a look at the lake I'm on, I thought I'd show you Tallaght Lakes behind. You can see the sun is rising over there. It looks very, very nice, but it's absolutely freezing. But let's spin you around. Let's have a little look what's going on. So I'm in the next peg there. This is the furthest peg you could get to this way before the ice starts. So where the ducks are, just behind it, the ice is. Let's have a little walk up, because you know what, moving around might help. But if we come up here, you'll see I wanted to get myself in here. You've seen this peg before, featured many times, because it's a really, really good peg. And the fish are usually in this area. But unfortunately, as you'll see, so is all the ice. So from sort of where those ducks are there across, this section is all frozen off. Right at the far end, if I sort of zoom in a little bit, you'll be able to see that section is also closed off due to ice. So there's 4 pegs fishable, and there's 3 people here. So there's going to be 9 lines, or however many rods. I'm fishing 3, they might be fishing 2 each. So let's say 7 lines now going to fly out in that section of non-frozen lake. It's not good. Seagull, he's walking around, look. Wandering around on the ice as you do. So yeah, it's thick. There is actually a picture was put up on the Facebook page the other day. I think it's about 3 days old now, this picture. I will put it on after this clip. You can see the thickness of how thick the ice was on here 3 days ago. One of the blokes who I've spoken to this morning, he was here doing something yesterday, but fished for a few hours as well. I said, did you get anything? He said, mate, not even a bleep all day. Which for here, any of you lot know, yeah, you should be coming and catching. Maybe not so much in this conditions. I think today's a big ask, to be honest with you. I think if we get 1 fish, I'll be made up with that. But he said he didn't have a single bleep all day, and it was more thawed out. This is drawn back over overnight. There was more water accessible. So not making excuses, people. I'm just getting you in the perspective and the picture of where we are, what the situation is, what we're against. Yeah, enough of that. Let's get on with it. Let's see what happens. So I've come back down in my swim now. I am the furthest peg this way. There is 1 spot available there, which I'm hoping nobody turns up and goes in. But if they do, they do, you know. It's how it is when only so much of the lake is fishable. You've got to jump in where it's available, you know. But rod setup. 2 rods are going to be fished the same, and 1 is going to be fished differently, deliberately. But I will explain that in a minute. So 2 rods, all 3 rods have got the same main line on, which is a 15-pound subline. And then the dark matte tungsten tubing and the running sleeve. All 3 rods are fished that way. However, 2 are going to have the gripper leads on, which I'm now tying the 2nd rod up at the van. And the 3rd rod, which is this one, it's going to have a distance lead on. Purely because we're going to be using paste in this video again, but in like as many multiple ways as I can do in the time I've got. I've only got till midday as well, so I've got 4 hours. So I've got 4 hours to try catch a carp out of a half-frozen lake. The first day it's opened after they've been frozen solid. So I've not really given myself the best opportunity. The water temperature, I would imagine, is anywhere 4 or 5 degrees. I wouldn't say it's any more than 5 degrees. I'll be surprised if it is. I don't think we're even going to get a bloody bite on this one, but we're going to try it. But the reason the rods are going to be set that way is because I want to show that you can fish paste on a distance lead and try and get a bit further range. You'll see what I mean when we get going, but I'm going to get finished setting up, etc. Get rigs tied up. I'll show you what we're doing, and we'll get some rods out, and yeah, let's just see what happens. Fingers crossed. So instead of the old let's get all three out, get them out together, I'm going to do one at a time because time is limited. So the first rod, that's going to have the gripper on it, that's going to have one of the old flip rigs on it, and then I've got a Winter Spice dumbbell wafter, which is, I've used these quite a few times. There's me pot of the old paste, so that's happy days. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the lead in paste, and then in here I've got some pellets I've gooed up, and I'm going to compress the pellets around the actual paste. So what I'm going to do is I'll get the paste all wrapped around the lead, I'll bring you back, show you what I'm doing with the pellets, and then we'll get this rod out there. Okie dokie, the old paste all wrapped around the gripper lead there, nicely done. These pellets have been soaked in the bloodworm, the green lip mussel, and the plum goo that you may or may not have seen on the New Year's Day special. I've put all of it in there. There's about 5 kilo mixed pellet there, so it's going to last absolutely bloody ages. You'll see we've got all different sizes, etc. These are all gooed up as like loads of attraction. So all I'm now doing is I'm just pushing like that, you'll see. And then all I'm going to do is pick it up and look. Lovely. That is a much better aid in case PVA doesn't melt. That won't matter, you know. That's going to act exactly the same. And then the hook bait, I've actually got the old Scopex jobby, and I'm actually going to just give that a dousing as well. I'm doing it in the pellet bucket because it doesn't really matter, you know. It's already got goo in it. So that is going to go on the first rod. That load of pellets all wrapped around paste, and that's going to go flying out there. So I'll get you on the stand and we'll get this rod out. As time is not on my side this morning, let's get rod number 1 out. So that's what's going to go out. That's going to be the middle rod, and I'm just going to throw it 2/3 of the way across. And there we have it, people. My first cast of 2026 taken care of. All went out smoothly. Quite confident in that setup. I haven't shown pushing pellets into the paste before in the video, but I have done it on the River Trent with my barbel fishing. I pushed some pellets in it and it seemed to work quite well. So I'm hoping it stands me in good stead on lakes as well, you know. It's like a PVA bag, isn't it? But you haven't got the worry of, is the PVA actually going to melt in these temperatures? Don't need the PVA bag. The paste is the binder, you know. You'll notice on this video the paste is the main sort of structure of every setup that's going out there. Without the paste you can't do any of what I'm doing today, so you'll see what I mean as the video goes on. But next I'm going to sort the left hand rod out. That's going to be the longer range rod. That's got the distance lead on it, and we're just going to wrap that in paste, just pure paste on the lead. And I think we'll probably go with the yellow pop-up on that one. Seems to be done well last time. So I'll get that rigged up. I will leave you watching that rod just in case a miracle happens that it goes off. But let's have a little walk down. So I'm just going to show you now, because I've just noticed it as I'm walking down in the edge here. Don't know if you'll see it or not. Yep, that is ice. There's ice now floating down the lake. So here it comes. Nice big bit of ice. So it's breaking off from up there, and the ice is sort of coming all the way down here. So that's going to collect and sit against that other ice, so it could start creeping back this way, but by the time that happens I'll have gone. But I'm going to put you over there, or maybe here in fact, watching that one rod while I get the left hand rod set up, and I'll see you when it's all ready to rock and roll. Time to get the second rod out. This is the swivel distance lead. You'll see I've wrapped paste around it in the shape of the lead. I've got one of my ultra short rigs on with a yellow pop-up, again on the running setup. This is going to be fished pretty tight because it's going to be going over near those snags. That's why I've got a short rig, so I can get it close to the snags, not worry about tangling on the way in. Just paste around it, nothing else, and all that's going to be there is the smell of the paste and the visual attractant and smell of the hook bait. So if there's anything by the snags, maybe we can pick one up, but I'm going to get that out now. That'll be the left hand rod, and that's going to go tight across to the far side, just to show you can fish paste at range, because I reckon that's 80 yards, 85 yards maybe we're going with this. So a 3 ounce lead with paste wrapped around it. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, let's get the left hand one out. That's going to go, like I say, to the snags, or as tight as I can get it. That went quite well, to be honest. I don't know what it looked like on the camera, but I wouldn't want it any closer than that, because those snags, even though you can see where they go in the water, they do protrude this way a bit. That landed hard, cracked down. I'm happy with that. I know it kind of tangled on, I think, so yeah, that's good. That's 2 rods out. Third one needs sorting out. I'm not going to move you back down there and film the rods for the couple of minutes it's going to take me to hook the rig on. I'll leave the camera on here, ready to see the third rod go in, and then I'll move you down there and you can watch those rods probably do nothing on this one, but you never know. Anyway, I'll see you with rod number 3 ready to go in. So we're about ready to get the third rod sorted. The pop-ups I just put out is one of those yellow ones that's, I don't know, it hasn't got a name. I will find that out. And on the third rod, I'm having one of me balanced wafters, or the 14mm wafters. Again, don't know what the name is of those, but they are nice, odd misshapes, you know. That's what I've asked for. I said I don't want perfectly round bloody baits, because that's slightly different. So this is going to be slightly different. The rig is the short braided rig, about 3.5 inches long, with just a pink wafter on. You'll see I've wrapped paste around the lead, but only on one side. Okay, you'll see bloody pellets have gone in there, but they can stay in there, they're not going to hurt. I want it on one side, because what I'm doing is I'm going to get my goo. I'm going to do that. Okay, that gripper lead's got like a little pocket, can you see? So I filled it up with goo. So I've got some goo trapped in there. I'm going to wrap paste over the top. I can't do that one-handed, I'm not a bloody miracle worker. And then when this paste breaks down, it will release the goo out, but because it's so cold, I'm going to help it by piercing it a few times with my baiting needle, and then hopefully that goo will leak out. So let me get it wrapped up and I'll show you the end result. This is the end result. What I've actually done is I've pushed the nozzle of the bottle in and squirted a little bit more in, so you'll see some start to ooze out the side. That's completely full of goo in there. So now I've got a hole I've made from the nozzle, because I found it better. Instead of a baiting needle, it's not a very big hole. The nozzle hole will let it come out, so you've got the attraction of the paste and you've got goo leaking out of it, and you've got a single high tracked hook bait around it. So again, it's a third tactic. That's going to go on the right hand rod, that's going to go over there, basically wherever it lands, in no particular zone, just wherever it goes in, you know. Maybe as close to the ice as I can get it from this peg, because then if the ice does creep up, at least I can say, well, if the fish are under the ice, we've got a rod there, so it probably makes sense. So let me get you on the camera and let's get this one out. On the camera, I mean the camera bloody stand, and let's get this rod out. Okay then, the goo loaded paste ball, let's get it out there. Happy days. So we've got 3 out there now. So just a quick recap. Left hand rod has gone near the snags, that's on the yellow pop-up. Middle rod, that's got the orange winter spice on, sort of 2/3 of the way across. And the right hand one, that's got the pink wafter on the goo loaded paste ball. As close to the ice as I can get it, but that ice, I don't know whether it is going to creep up or not. The sun's coming out, so hopefully that'll thaw a bit off. It's obviously breaking down, because the ice that's coming from that way can only be coming from that way because it's breaking off and floating down here, but it means there's some kind of flow to bring it down here, else it wouldn't end up down here, would it? There's no wind. You can see the lake's bloody flat calm, there's no wind on it, so there's got to be some kind of undertow. So I don't know, I'm semi-hopeful of a bite. I'm not confident by any means, but I'm here. It's a good start. Let's hope the first actual fishing session of 2026 isn't a blank, but if it is, so be it, you know. It's that time of year. But anyway, I am going to put you down on the stand now. I'm going to get the kettle on, and we're just going to see how the first sort of hour unfolds. If nothing's happened, then maybe we'll have a bit of a move around, you know, bring the rods in, freshen them up, maybe change them a bit. There's a couple of other things I've got in my head that we could do with the paste, but for now, these 3 tactics I'm quite happy with. So I'll put you on the stand and let's see if they go or they don't. That looks nice out there, doesn't it? Before I just put you down there watching those rods, this paste, okay, it's called Crazy Nut Paste. Okay, this is what it's called. I did actually message him this morning. I said, mate, I'm going fishing. What is that bloody paste called? Because I know some people will ask. It's called Crazy Nut Paste, and it is actually available to buy on his site now. He does actually sell it. Originally, he just rolled it for, or made it for me, but because so many of you lot have got in contact with him, whether it's through Facebook or his actual website asking for it, he's now decided he has to make it. So yeah, there you go, people. If you want to buy some, I would 100% vouch for it. It's not a sales pitch. I don't do that kind of shit on my channel. But I'm telling you now, this is the best paste I've ever had by miles. Not that I've used loads and loads and loads, but the stuff I have used, this is far, far better than any of that. So maybe have a look, maybe don't. But without the paste, you can't do anything you're watching on this video, can you? So, yeah, got you by the bollocks, really, innit? Anyway, I'm going to put you down there on the stand. I'm going to get a picture of that, actually, because that's a really nice winter shot. Then I'm going to put you on the stand and you can watch the rods. But again, crazy nut paste. Look at it. Look how much stuff's in it. Well worth it, people. Well worth it. That's the best position I can put you in to watch the rods and also the fight if I do get a bite. But I think it's a very, very tall ask, to be honest, to get a bite. Even with what I'm going in with, I've got absolute 100% confidence that any one of those rods would catch on a normal fishing day. This ain't a normal fishing day, you know. When you're fishing half a frozen lake in winter, when other complexes are still shut, they're not thawed out yet. This has somehow managed to thaw out, you know. Only so much of it, as you've seen, but leads have got through the top. They're on the deck. They're where the fish are, hopefully. Let's see if they play ball or not. Well, not a lot has happened. I'm struggling to even make a bloody coffee. I've got a part tin of gas I'm trying to use, and that's not going too well, so I'm going to have to put a full tin on. But you've been down there for a good half an hour. Nothing's happened whatsoever. The sun has come up, but I'm just going to show you something. Even though the sun's come up, look at that, still solid. Got the old gas canister that's sitting in the sun. So I'm going to put you back down there, put a full tin of gas on and see if I can actually make a bloody drink, because at the minute session ain't going too well, is it? But at least it's clean underfoot, and I'm sort of like, yeah, I'm not in mud and crap, and it's not raining, the sun's out. But I do think, even though the sun's out where there's not sun, let's have a little walk down here, you can still sort of see on the ground there's still sort of ice on the stumps. And even in the edge of the lake, I've noticed, I don't know if it'll show it, let's spin you around without dropping the phone in. And let's bring you back around this side. There's ice starting to form in the edge. So, yeah, water's quite clear, but it's not good. And that ice is creeping up. It was just level with the edge of that peg. It's not, it is slowly creeping up. And I've noticed there's been no more bits floating down. Tell you what, Christ, that's bloody cold. That water's cold, just dipping my fingers in the edge. So yeah, it's not good. Where it's in the shade, it's definitely cooler. I'm quite happy all three rods are in the sun. So that's something. I'm in the best spots I could probably be in, I think. It's just whether the fish bite or not, but up to now, nothing. Absolutely nil pois. Anyway, I'm going to carry on my battle trying to make a coffee, and I'll either see you with a fish on one of those, or probably the old little coffee thank you post. So yeah, be warned, it's coming. Cheers all, first one of the vlog, and it's much needed, to be fair. Half of it's bloody gone, it's that cold out here. But while I have got some coffee left in the cup, I will, as always, say to you lot, thank you for supporting the channel in whatever way that you are. Really is appreciated for me, and that's why I make sure I do this clip in every video, because I do genuinely mean it. It's not a sales pitch. Without you lot, my channel's going nowhere. I'm just somebody filming my fishing. Nobody's bloody watching, you know. So honestly, you lot that subscribe to support me in the strongest way possible. So if you have, thank you very much. If you haven't, please consider it. It is free, there's no contract. Press subscribe and you're done. If you do press subscribe, press the bell icon as well, then you'll know when I release a video. I don't think you can press the bell icon without being a subscriber. I might be wrong, but I don't think you can. But if you don't want to subscribe and you can't press the bell icon, my videos come out at 6 PM in the evening, so you'll know when to look to see if there's one out. Maybe give the video a thumbs up every now and then, or a comment as well. That really does help as well, promote it and boost the algorithm. But if you don't want to do nothing, you just want to watch in the background and be left alone, you're still supporting me by giving me the view to begin with. So whatever you do, honestly, from me, thanks very much. And also, while I think there's something new on YouTube called Hype, don't fully understand it yet, but I think you get 3 hypes a week for nothing, and you can slide one of the, whoever you follow, you slide one of their comments to the left. It might be the top comment or a highlighted comment, I don't know, and there'll be an option to say hype this video. If you press it, you've hyped the video, and that helps small channels like myself get promoted and boosted up the ladder so more people discover it. Like I say, I know you get 3 a week, so if you do support other channels or you watch other people regularly, share them evenly, you know. I don't think it would benefit one person getting all 3 of your hypes when you could sort of give 3 different people 1 hype a week and help them up the ladder. So that's just like a bit of advice. Use them evenly on people. I don't think it benefits using all 3 on one person. But from me, again, thanks very much for your support in whatever way that you do. We are going to get back to the fishing now, but before we do, this paste business, before people say what's the idea of this paste, all I'm trying to incorporate the paste in my videos and my actual fishing for is because the person next door to me has got a bare lead out there. We've got the same setup, pretty much identical, the same setup, gone out in the lake. The only difference is I've got paste wrapped around my lead, or I've got paste and goo wrapped around it, paste and pellets wrapped around it. So to me, my setup is more attractive than what his setup is. Even though it's exactly the same setup, I've just got either 1, 2, 3 more bits of attractant to try and get a fish to pick my rig up over his rig. That's the only reason I'm using the paste, and to be honest, I'm going to find it difficult to cast in now without using it, because going back to a bare lead, I'm the same as everybody else who's either sat beside me or on the lake. So if you imagine 10 people on the lake, 9 of them fishing bare leads, 1 fishing paste around the lead, you've camouflaged your lead, you've put attractant around your lead towards your hook bait, so you know however long your hook bait is, you've got a blob of attractor within that many amount of inches away from your rig. It's a no-brainer. There's no wastage in it. You only wrap around what you want to use, and it lasts bloody ages, and you haven't got to worry about PVA melting. You know, you can put it out there instead of a PVA bag and think, well, I don't have to worry if the PVA is melted or not, because there's no PVA included. But you do need to use the paste in order to do what I'm doing, you know. Put the goo in it, put the pellets around it. You method feeder boys, put it on your flatbed, it will outlast ground bait by miles. You know, it will go so much further, and you don't mix them up, chuck it away. You know, you only use what you need to use, and you're guaranteed it's on there. It's not going to fall off on the cast, guaranteed to be down there, and the only thing there for the fish to eat is the hook bait. Same as you river lot, put it around your lead. As the river erodes it, it's going to break it down. Special pellets wrapped around it, it'll knock the pellets off, roll them down. Swim feeders, it'll work exactly the same. You could sort of like put a skin all around the feeder, load it up and cap it off. You know, you've got a load of stuff. You know, there's so much you can do with this paste, and I think it's a massive edge that people are missing out on, you know, and it's cheap. That pot of paste up there's about £4, maybe £5. You don't get nothing out of a tackle shop for a £5 these days. So yeah, maybe consider it. Just see, I can't say see how we get on this session, because this is most likely going to be a blank because of how the conditions are. But over the course of my next few videos, as we go through the season, just keep an eye on it. See what the difference is, see if you think it's worth it. Or if not, go out and have a go yourself. But anyway, that's enough waffling. Let's get back to the fishing. This has probably gone cold now. And I'll see you shortly, fingers crossed, with a bloody fish. But again, from me, thanks very much. Well, there's really not a lot to show you other than blue skies, a bit of sunshine. Camera stand that's been pointing you at those. We've absolutely sod all happening. I've not even had a twitch on the lines, let alone a bleep. The ice, you'll see it's still there. Nothing's changed. If anything, I do think this sort of area's creeping over, you know. Not a lot, but it is creeping over. And with the temperatures we've got coming, I think we've got minuses again for the next 2-3 days at night, and low daytime temperatures. There's every chance this could be frozen over again by the weekend. It's Wednesday today. I think the 14th of Jan. Yeah, I'm sure it's Wednesday the 14th. I reckon by Friday, maybe Saturday, this will be froze solid again. But yeah, at least I'm here. I've got just over 2 hours left. Fingers crossed something happens, but I don't think it'll be too long before we get some burning on, because there is burning in this video. So that'll keep you lot happy. I daren't come out, first trip of the season, daren't come out and not put any burning in, because I'll get absolutely slated. So I guess the next thing you'll see will be either a fish or some burning. I'd say the burning's more likely, don't you? I've had a quick wander down to the next peg. It's really close. It's literally just the other side of that secondary tree. So I'm not far from my rods at all, you know. I just wanted to have a look at the ice, and it is creeping up. It is sort of stretching its way this way, you know. It wasn't right in front of this peg when I got here this morning. Now there's a big clump appeared there, and it's sort of come out and gone like that. So now if I had a right hand rod in here, it would be under the ice and I wouldn't be getting it back in. You know, you can still land the fish because it's clear here, but I wouldn't be able to recast afterwards. Speaking of the fish, they could all be under that bloody ice in a bowl trying to keep warm, you know. Who knows? Could be fish in the only part of the lake that's like liquid, and there's no fish in it. But you would think that's where the fish would be, where there's no ice, because it's got to be the warmest part of the lake, hasn't it, you know? It's got to be, else it wouldn't have thawed out there. So to me, that's where the fish should be. But up to now, nothing's happened at all. The two guys to my left, they've been bait boating and dropping rigs and bits of bait all around in different areas. They've had nothing. So I haven't recast. I know I said I was going to. I haven't myself, and I don't really know where I would recast to if I did, you know. The left-hand rod I'd probably put back where it is, so there's no point moving it. The middle rod, maybe a little bit further out. That's a possibility. The right-hand rod, I'm not going to get it any tighter to this ice, so I don't really see the point in moving it. The paste is doing its job, the attractant's doing its job, and so is the hook bait. It's all down to whether the fish are in this area and it can trigger them to feed, you know. But speaking of feeding, I think it's time I had a feed up, because I'm happy to feed even if they're bloody not. So I'll see you shortly with something burnt. This is today's burn up then, first one of the season. Nice fresh baguettes out of the old co-op this morning. Really nice sausages. If you've never tried those, they're really, really good sausages. They're quite expensive for what they are. I think they're nearly £4 a packet, but they are quite nice. And we've got some cheap brown sauce, because they wanted £4.20 for HP brown sauce in the co-op. Yeah, of course, so I'm going to pay that, and that's bloody a pot of paste. No chance. Right, when they get burning, I'll bring you back. Them little bobby dazzlers, they're burning away nicely. Those rods have done nothing. Out there, if I zoom in, bloke's put his bait boat right out to the snags. He's not near me, I'm sort of over there. But again, that's probably the 6th or 7th time I've seen that boat go out since I've been here. All in different areas each time, not the same spot over and over again, and yet to no avail. So as for moving rods, I've decided the left-hand one is staying where it is, because that landed really well. I'm happy with that. There's no reason to move that. If I was fishing here for 24 hours and I wouldn't move it in the 24, you know, I'd leave that. So I'm happy to leave that one. The right-hand rod, do you know what? I couldn't get it back where it is. I don't know if I zoom in on it, you'll see I'm actually under the ice on the right-hand rod. So where that line goes out, I don't know if it picks it up. It's under there. Trust me, that is where it is. It's under the ice, so it definitely is creeping up. It's freezing over in the day, so come tonight it's going to freeze over a hell of a lot more. The middle rod, I think I'm going to bring that in, and I'm just going to wrap some more pellets around the paste, because the paste should still be there. I don't see it would have broken down because it's cold water, and I'm just going to chuck it a little bit further out. I can't really see what else I can do, you know. As good a bait as you can get your hands on, it doesn't matter whose bait you use. At the end of the day, it can only take you so far, you know. When like companies try and make out you'll catch if you use this bait, that's bollocks, you know. It demoralises the angler to start with. I find that quite offensive, you know, that they make out that it's because of the bait you're catching. It isn't. Bait is an element of why you catch, you know. It's you putting yourself in the right position with the right method or tactic, in the right conditions, and fishing the right setup and the right choice of bait. You know, I'm happy with my bait. I'm happy where I am. I'm happy with the setups. It's the condition. I can't change that, you know. I can't do anything about that. So just remember, when you're looking at bait in the future, don't think it's because of bait you're going to catch, because it takes away what the ability you have and what you've done in order to get that fish on the mat. It's just an element. So yeah, just something to remember. But anyway, speaking of elements, look in here. There's 6 elements in there. Let's get these a roll over if we can. Come on. Yes. There we go. Bring on the 2026 burning season. There you go. Well, they're not cooking. That one on the edge, is it? Right, I'll see you in about 3 hours when that's done, and I've probably got to go home. No, about 40 minutes they should be ready. All right, 20. Right, I'll see you when they're finished. I've decided while they're burning, I'm going to get the middle rod in. This is how it's coming. So I've still got a few pellets stuck to it. Majority of the paste stuck around it. The rig is intact, which is the old flip rig. I should have pointed out the right hand rod that's got the waft on it. That is a flip rig as well. Just for the braided link, not a coated braid. But to be fair, I could have lost a bit of paste winding the rig back in, but the majority of it's still here. So I'm going to wrap a tiny bit more around it, load it with pellets again, reload that hook bait with goo again, and I'm just going to chuck it back out a little bit further out. The other 2 rods, they're not going to move, and then we're going to get into those because they're only a few minutes off being done, you know. So yeah, I'll get this rod sorted and I'll see you with some burntness in a baguette. So that's today's burn up. I don't think I'm going to manage all 3 of them, but we're going to give it a go. Go first burn up of the season. Yeah, get in there. So we're 1 down, 2 to go. What do you notice though? That is right, people. We've got one in the net. Better get down. She's going to bugger off with me net in a minute if I'm not careful. But we have the first fish of 2026. Only a small common. On, where is it? See if we can show you. The old Winter Spice wafter jobby. Still got the pellet on the lead, which is underneath him. You can't see it, but the paste, not the pellet. So I'm going to get him out. We're going to have a little look. Here's the first fish of the year. So he is only a small one. Let's have a little look. What's going on here? That's right around there. And you are laid on it, aren't you? Steady, easy. Stay still a minute. Just want to show everyone that. Paste is still around the lead. You're nicely hooked. Let's just see if we can pop that out one-handed, shall we? Probably not. Oh. Has it come out? No. Yes, it has. Right. Just chuck that out. Here it is. Not the best filming. Let's give you a dance of that. Where the hook holder was. So carp care treatment. I'm going to get all that crap out of the net and we'll get him back. And there we are. First one of 2026. About £4, maybe 5. You're not going to take no getting back, are you? There you go. Slowly swimming back off into the depths. Happy days. Middle rod. Excellent. Right, I'm going to check the hook, make sure it's still sharp, goo it up, paste it up, we'll get it back out there. Happy days. I'm absolutely made up to get a bite, you know. It hasn't done a fish yesterday. 2 people here all day yesterday, nothing. There's 4 of us here today. The only bite has come to my rods. Am I on the fish, or is what I'm doing just that little bit more attractive and getting me a bite? I don't know. To be honest, I don't see it's a bad thing what I'm doing. It can't work against me. It can only work for me. And up to now, yeah, top rod with a 4/5 pound common. So on that note, I'm going to carry on. I'm number 2, get the kettle on, and we'll see what else happens. But yeah, I think that will probably be the only fish on the vlog. Who knows? I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, I'll see you shortly when I've stuffed my face with these and we've got a coffee back on. Cheers all, we're having a celebratory coffee. Apologies I couldn't get the fight on camera on that one, because to be honest, I was stood up here talking to Paul. And my phone was up here with me, so I was showing him something on the Facebook page regarding a fish that I've seen come out of here. £29 common. It got caught the end of last year, like just before Christmas. It's every bit of £29. I've seen a few pictures go up over the sort of season, which I've thought weights are questionable because of how the photos have been taken, but this one, have a look on the Lovell's Facebook page. That is definitely a £29 common, so that's nice. So that's a nice fish to go for in here. As for the older burnt update, I just can't do it, people. That's it. I'm done. Don't know what's gone on with East Coast. Usually I'd smash that, but I've had a very heavy Christmas. You lot haven't seen that because I've not been out and about on camera, but I've indulged, let's put it that way. Lots and lots of food. As you might see from the figure now, who knows? But we've got about 40 minutes left, you know. I don't care if nothing happens now at all. Couldn't care. The fact that we've had a bite, I've got out on the bank, I just got out and about. It's good. It's good for the mind as well, you know. It didn't matter if I caught today or not. It's just nice to bloody get out. But yeah, getting a fish, like I say, it's a bonus. So who knows? Could be another bonus left in this session yet, but I think I may have had all the bonuses I'm having so far. But anyway, I'm going to get that coffee sorted, get washed up, start tidying a few bits up. If anything else happens, I'll bring you back. If it doesn't, I don't know, it could be time for the old outro, because there's not really a lot I can change now. But we've had a fish. Not a monster, but we've had a fish. Be nice to get that £29 common I've just mentioned, because honestly, have a look on the page, Facebook, Lovell's Facebook page. That is definitely £29, 100%. So that is the aim. If we can get that one out of here this season, that would be nice. And we're also going to go back on that old the long lake as well, see what we can get out of there. But for now, I'm going to bugger off, just enjoy my time. So I'll see you shortly. That's the coffee gone. But I can update you now on these. I've actually had me reply from David, because I messaged him and said, mate, what are these baits I'm using? Because it'd be nice to be able to sort of say to the viewers, oh, this is the actual bait I'm using, instead of a yellow pop-up and a pink wafter that I don't know what they are. I now do. Scopex and hemp is the flavour of the yellow pop-ups. Plum is the flavour of the wafters, which I'm a bit annoyed myself because I should have got that. Being a massive plum user, I should have bloody got that. And there's that word again, never mind. But regarding these pop-ups, when you take them out of the pot, if you roll them around in your fingers, you'll see they've got like a, I don't know, a textured powdery coating on them. I'm not sure why, but they remind me of like a bum-bum. But they smell amazing. They've caught me a fish on yellow, so happy days. The pink ones I'm yet to catch on, but the conditions aren't great. Now I'm just going to zoom you in on this as well. Look at this here, look. Is this geezer for real next door? Bearing in mind, look, let me zoom you back. There's my rod. And he's now dumped the boat there. So after this clip, I'm going to have to go up and, you know, have the old stern word of, what the F are you doing, mate? Sort it out. So that's coming. There's a heron. But anyway, getting back to these before I sort that out. Yeah, these are both tester pots. You can't buy them. So don't go online and think, I want to buy them, because you can't. I've only just found out the name of them today. And as for testing something, just a bit of advice. If you get in the position I've found myself in, where I've become friends with someone who owns a bait company and he's given me some bits to test, you shouldn't be paying for them. I've offered to pay him, as I've mentioned in every time he's given me something, and he's always told me no. And that the reason for that is he said, mate, you shouldn't be paying to test someone's product. Time on the bank is your payment. So just bear that in mind. If you end up in the same situation and someone asks you for money for products you're testing, tell them no, you shouldn't be paying. Anyway, I'm going to go sort this geezer out next door, this bloody bait boat, and I'll see you shortly. So I've just slackened mine right off, you'll see. So he's going to pull my line in. Swims are close, and that, I suppose, from an angle where he went sort of over there, I wasn't out of my water, but never mind. It's one of those, you know, it's no good getting in that situation of going there shouting and moaning and great, it's happened and that's it. You know, it's one of them things. He's been told, East Coast is giving him a bollocking. He's been told, he's happy with that. I've got it back in, no damage at all. Still do have a very small bit of paste left, but to be fair, that's all got knocked off on the way in. So I'm going to wrap it up again with some paste, wallop it back out there. I've looked, I've got 15 minutes left. It's still worth putting out, you never know, but I'm going to start getting things tidied up. And then, yeah, probably see you either for an outro or, I don't know, you never know. Could get a fish on the drop. I doubt it as well. Anyway, I'll see you shortly. Sadly, it's getting to that time now where I've got to start pulling the rods in. Not sure which one to bring in first. I don't really think it matters on this occasion. You know, I think I've been fortunate to get the bite I've had anyway, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to start slowly bringing those in. If anything happens while I'm doing that, you'll know about it. If it doesn't, I'll see you for the old outro. Sadly, nothing has happened. We're down to the final rod. I literally can't do any more. I've got my net, unhooking mat, one rod. I'm even changed. I'm back to trackies, Crocs, jacket's all gone away. Everything's folded up. And I've left the rod out that's already done the bite. But sadly, it's not to be, so that's got to come in, and I'll see you lot for an outro. Sadly, that brings me to the end of this one. I think we've been very lucky to catch a fish, to be honest. You'll see behind me, I've come to the next peg. Look at the ice on the lake. That's crept right the way across this peg since I've been here this morning. So the conditions, they're getting worse. And I think the longer I stayed here, the less my chances were, you know. So I think I've done very well. I've been very fortunate. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Maybe have a go at doing some of the paste things I've shown you on this one yourself, because it will only improve your fishing. It can't hurt, you know. It can only add to your percentage of catching a fish. And there's a few other things that I'm going to do in the future. I've just not got round to doing it today because I've only had limited time. But from me, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope there's something you can take from it, and I hope you'll join me on the next one. But until then, if you're out and about on the bank, be lucky, stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you all on the next one.